Alright, so in today's video we're going to be doing something very simple. It's very basic, it's very beginner friendly and straight to the point. So we're going to be making these two onesies. Now even though there are two colors on each onesie, it is still one layer. Like I said, it's very beginner friendly. So if you're new to Cricut, if you're new to iron-on, if you're new to HTV, this is the video for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, of course, is go to New Project to open up your blank canvas. Okay, so when it loads up, you just want to go to Text. You want just to put in a 1. And for the 1, we're going to use the font Birthday Bash. And the size for the 1, I believe, is 5.5 for the width, 3. Oh, I got that backwards. 3 for the width and 5.5 for the height. Actually, I want to do just 5 for the height. Okay. Then we're going to duplicate it because we're doing 2 shirts. And then we're just going to add the names. And for that font, it is, I believe, pronounced Amiri. So we're just going to exit off of that. Scroll down till you find Amiri font. There we go. And with this size, we're going to do the width 5.5. And we're going to do the height 2. Actually, once again, I think I'm just going to do 5. And then for the curve, let's see, 11.305. I'm going to take the letter space and I'm going to put -1. Let me see. And we're going to make this name bold. Okay, so the size will change once you add the curve to it. So we just want to go back and change the size. Okay. Now we're going to do the second name, same exact way. Oh, why do I keep doing it? Oh, okay. 2. Okay. So for the name Noah, we're going to change the color to blue. And Noel, we're going to do pink. Number 1s, we're going to do gold. You don't really necessarily have, the colors of this part doesn't matter. I just change it so I know how it's going to look or close to what it's going to look like. Alright, so once you're satisfied with how your names look and your numbers look, you're going to go ahead and click Make It. Okay, so once you hit Make It, your 3 mats will pop up with your 3 different colors of your project. So on each mat, you want to go ahead and click Mirror, and that will, there you go, that will mirror your image on the mats. And when you're using heat transfer vinyl, you always want to mirror the image. There's no way around that. So make sure you are mirroring your image every single time you are using that heat transfer vinyl. So once each image is mirrored or each mat is mirrored, you want to go down to Continue. and you'll wait for your machine to connect to your computer, and then we'll move forward. Okay, so here we go. So number one, it tells you to set your material. So on your Cricut machine, you're going to look at the knob and you're going to make sure it's set to iron on. When you are using regular heat transfer vinyl, you would put it on iron on. For me, at least, when I use glitter transfer vinyl, I put it on light cardstock. So depending on what vinyl you're using, you will set your Cricut machine to that setting. And you will see that in the next clip. So after you set your machine to what you need it on, then you will load your tools in your mat. So of course you will need to have your blade in your Cricut. So now this is the part where you add your vinyl to your mat, and you put your mat into the Cricut machine, and you'll go ahead and hit the arrow that should be blinking at this moment. So once your mat is loaded into the Cricut machine, then you are ready to begin cutting. And the C on your Cricut machine should be blinking, and that is the go button. So once you are ready, go ahead and click that button and begin to cut. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do our first piece. You're just going to line it up from the mat. I'm going to put it underneath both these pieces here. I'm going to go ahead and hit the arrow. I'm going to make sure your Cricut is turned to iron on, and make sure your image is mirrored on the computer, and then you're going to go ahead and hit start. So keep in mind, when you put the vinyl on the machine, make sure the shiny side, I don't know if you can tell that's shiny or not, but make sure the shiny side is faced down onto the sticky part of the mat, and the dull side is faced up, and that's the side that will be cut. Alright, so when it's done, you're going to go ahead and hit the arrow for it to come out. Go ahead and peel the vinyl off and just stick it to the side. The next one is our glitter. And sometimes with the glitter, it doesn't like to stick, so we may have to tape this vinyl down. So we're going to have to tape this down, fortunately. Okay, so I just have some electric tape here, or wire tape, or whatever the hell it's called. Okay, go ahead and stick it under. Okay, so for the glitter vinyl, since it's a lot thicker, I always cut it on light cardstock. And that just makes it easier to weed. So while you're cutting the next piece, you can always start cutting out your name and weeding this. gonna go ahead and take that off. Make sure it didn't cut anywhere where the tape is at. Alright, that's good to me. Alright, should we put that to the side? That's our second name now. Remember, you got rubber vinyl or rubber HTV, so you want to just turn it back to iron on and go ahead and start. Alright, so now we are done with the cutting portion of the video. Our last piece of vinyl is done cutting, and this is the only thing we have left to weed, because I weed as I go. Okay, so now we have our names and we have our number ones all cut and weeded out. So now we can go ahead and iron them on. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is iron your onesie. I use a receiving blanket to put underneath the onesie to make the front of the onesie come up, because from the lines on the shoulder and the neck part of the onesie is hard to get in there. You just want to press it for a good maybe 5 seconds. Even though there's 2 different things we're putting on the onesie, it's still just one layer because we're only pressing it on one time. So you want to look at it, you want to try to look at it from different angles just to make sure it's straight and you're okay with how it looks before you actually press it on. And then when you're satisfied with it, go ahead ahead and press it. And I always press each layer for 10 seconds. So once you have it pressed on and it's complete, you want to go over it again without the transfer paper. And I do that for 20 seconds because altogether you want to have 30 seconds pressed. And this is just to make sure it doesn't peel or anything. And that is onesie number 1. You're going to do the same exact thing for onesie number 2. And just make sure there's no lint or anything on it because you don't want that to be stuck between the shirt and the vinyl. Once again, you want to look at it from different angles to make sure it's lined up and it's exactly how you want it before you actually press it. And once you're satisfied with it, go ahead and press it for 10 seconds. We're going to do our 20 seconds. And there we have onesie number 2. Alright, so here we have our 2 onesies. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. If you dislike this video, that is fine. But please leave a comment and let me know what you disliked about this video so I can improve. Also, leave me comments about what you would like to see next. Either inbox me on Facebook or leave a comment below. Thank you, and until next time.